People are scared to go to therapy.
No copay.
And I actually have a phobia myself.
60 minutes of free, unlicensed therapy.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to help.
You get what you pay for. No copay with NickyD and Nelson.
Stop it!
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the No Copay Podcast, the only place where the advice is free, the opinions are expensive, and the truth might sting a little. I'm your girl, NickyD.
And as legally required by NickyD, my name is Nelson.
Thank you. See, give yourself a round of applause. Go ahead, do the round of applause.
I'm getting the applause. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That is how you do this thing here. That was good. Finally.
I might have this thing figured out. 17 episodes in.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. We missed last week, and mostly that's my fault. I'll take 90% on that one.
You're gonna take 90%?
I'll take 90 because you didn't answer once I was finally back.
Well, because I was asleep.
Well, but that's why I feel like your sleep gets 10%.
You know what I'm saying? No, my sleep does not get 10%.
And here's why.
We have a time. I drove 5 hours to get back here on time to do the podcast on Sunday.
Why didn't we
I was
cut
out
one
of town.
Why
I
didn't
had
we
to
cut
go
one
check
on
on my
Monday?
grandma. Huh?
Don't bring grandma into this.
Yeah, I had to check on my grandma. No, I didn't do it on Monday because I needed you to know that you need to respect my time.
It's not about
And you don't
me
want to
to
respect
know.
my time? You don't respect my time? Then we'll do it next week. I got things to do. I'm busy.
The audience.
I think things going on.
The audience is who pays for that, though.
The audience ain't paid me nothing. You got paid?
What I'm saying is the person who suffers when you do that is not me. It's the audience.
Well, no, they won't suffer. They'll be fine. We'll be back next week like we are right now. We're here. We're back. And we was barely going to be back this week, but God shined down, and here we are. Look, I have to get up very early to be to work on Monday morning. And recording late into the night like we are tonight, the only reason I'm here right now is because I legit slept all day. I ain't did nothing. So
you ain't even sleepy.
Recording.
So it don't even matter.
Oh, it do matter. I'm not staying on here all night. My alarm's still going to go off at 5 a.m. Okay?
You got hours is what you're saying.
We definitely don't. We still got a good solid 60 minutos.
We can really unpack
and that
this
means
thing.
Minutes in English if you don't know Spanish, okay?
Oh, is that what it is?
Minutos.
You've been Duolingoing?
I mean, I know a little something. Un poquito español.
Yeah, I bet. Very poquito. Very poquito. Jesus Christ.
Look,
Yeah,
I've been around Nate this weekend. I know a little Spanish.
Oh, did he? He is looking more and more like a Mexican every day. And what I mean by that is like every like stereotypical like guy I've ever seen in Mexico has his exact mustache.
Oh yes, him and that mustache.
That mustache, it's transcended an American mustache, and it is very much a local Mexican man's mustache.
Yeah, he needs to put on a hat and do some dance and have some marachas, what they call.
Hold on, you're ramming two words together. You want maracas.
Maracas, that's what
But the word you're trying to slam into it is mariachi, which is the type of band you would have down there.
I'm creative. That's
but yeah, our buddy Nate, he became an expatriate, 10 years ago? How long has he been there?
He ain't been there no 10 years. He's only been there for like...
Oh, he's got to be there pretty close. He left before you guys got off the air, didn't you?
He left in 22. I think he left in 22.
It's only been that long, huh?
22 or 23. Yeah.
I thought he left in like 2018.
Oh, no. We were still on the air in 2018.
How long were you guys doing that podcast?
Like a good year and some change.
Oh, see, I thought it was longer
They
than that.
started it before I came on because they got fired before. Well, Nate quit, but then he got fired well before I did.
Okay.
I got fired later. So when they were
so you
fired,
couldn't
I was
even
still
join
on the
then.
radio.
Anyway, because you were still employed by the company.
Mm-hmm. I was still on air.
I get you. I guess I thought they were doing that podcast for a couple of years.
No, barely a year.
Time just kind of blurs together the older you get.
It does. Everything just rolls right on together.
Well, you know they have like a
What?
reason for that. They figured that out.
What?
Why you think that time speeds up the older you get?
Because when you're children, you don't have responsibility. You don't have things that you're thinking about, and the days seem very long.
I mean, there might be an emotional impact that is a part of that, but the biggest piece of it is that your brain only has to store new information. So the older you get, the more you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Take your commute, right? Let's say you have a half-hour commute. There's a lot of people who will get in the car, they'll blink their eyes, they'll be at work, and you'll go, God, it just seems like I just got in the car. This thing's flying by. I don't think about it. And all of a sudden it's June, and now all of a sudden it's November. And so what happens is your brain, you still experience the time. You can't change that. A year is a year. It's 365 days. But your brain deletes everything that it's experiencing because it doesn't need to unless it's unique. So you don't need to remember that the Zaxby's on L Street or whatever is the Zaxby's on L Street because it's just in your head. You might see it when you drive by it, but then your brain just deletes it. So if your memory is a CCTV feed, then that commute doesn't get saved. And so when you go back to think about it, the newest unique thing that happened was the fight you had when you walked into work that day. Or the really good bagel, or some piece of news you heard on the news before you got in the car, and then, you got in a fight with your boss, and your brain doesn't need to remember any of that commute because it's not new information.
Just like my brain is not going to remember half of the stuff that you just said right now, but I will tell you what I am going to remember. The fact that you have so much just knowledge about stuff. So as you're talking, I mean, I hear you, but I'm not going to remember any of it.
Right.
But what I am going to know is that my brain is sitting here thinking, did somebody break this down to him for him to recite it like this? Did he read it over and over and over? Like, why does he know this well to recite it back to me right now? That's what my brain was thinking the entire time that you were talking.
Some of it is I read it and I retain it because I love to have knowledge like that. Some of it is it was told to me. You know, my most favorite thing, like that fast fact there that I like to regale people with recently, you were a part of, you were there for. And it was when we were on in California, but I think we were just doing a podcast. I don't think that we were on the radio. I mean, we were on the air, but at the time, I think we were just doing it for the podcast, for the extra stuff. But do you remember we had a conversation with I don't even remember his name, but he got rich on AI.
About AI? Yeah.
So there was a question that I asked him at the end of the whole conversation, and that was, are we living in a simulation? And then he had a long, drawn-out answer because someone recently had told him, I won't bore you with all of that part of it, but it has to do with something they call time dilation. And so anytime I talk to someone that I think is kind of nerdy or would know about physics or something, I love to drop that. Oh, this really smart guy told me that we're living in a simulation because time is experienced differently at the speed of light. Okay,
gotcha. So why is it that you were not on time to record the podcast last week? Because that's really what people want to know. All the things that you've just told us are great things to know and hear. And somebody might remember it and go tell a friend like, hey, do you know why it seems like the month of July went by fast? Well, Nelson said, and then they might regurgitate it. I don't know. They good if they do.
Regurgitate it, baby. Baby bird it
but
to somebody.
What most people want to know, what most of our listeners want to know is, why do we not have a podcast on last Monday?
Because I got a new place.
Right, you didn't get it last Monday though. You been
I was moving all that week though, the week leading up to it. So by the time it got to Sunday, I didn't have any of the computer stuff set up.
So this is what I was thinking, because you told me that you said you were moving, right? And I remember when we were finishing up the last episode that we put out, you said you had your keys and you could already get into the place and that you were moving.
Yeah.
So in my mind, right? Oh, okay. Nelson is in his dad's house, wants to get up out of there. The first thing he's going to do is get his stuff in the room, get the computer equipment, move it over, set it up, because he knows we got to record next week. So if nothing else, he get that done, set up in there, boom. It's out to dad's house, all the stuff's out of dad's house. So the stuff that you got to move from out of your storage or wherever you got to move it from, then you'll do that gradually throughout the weekend. You should get it done in a couple days because, I mean, you drive Uber. You set your own schedule. You can move everything in one day if you wanted to.
That
so I
sounds
was
like
very confused about
like
you saying your computer was not hooked up a week later.
Yeah, so it's you bring up good points. You bring up good points because logically, you're right. That would make sense to do that. Here's why I didn't do it that way.
Okay.
Because the internet that I use at the house is Verizon internet.
Okay.
So I have to I didn't know if it would work here. So I don't know how Atlanta's laid out. I figure that's like a lot of Cox down there. I would assume Cox internet, but
no, mostly Xfinity, AT&T.
Really? It's bigger Xfinity, and I think the hub of Cox Communications is Atlanta though. That's wild.
I don't know that Cox exists anymore. I don't know anybody who has Cox.
Really?
Is that another name? Did they change that to Spectrum? We got Spectrum.
No, we have Spectrum too. We still have Cox
and
though.
We have AT&T. I don't know
We still have
anybody
Cox.
that has Cox.
So I don't know where COX. It's COX, Cox Cable, Cox Communications. So that's
what I said.
I don't know, but you said it like it was supposed to be.
I said Cox.
You said it like it's supposed to be nasty. And thank you for saying that clean, by the way. Thank you. I said Cox. Yes, you did. And we will hear that again at some point. So the way the Cox Communications has essentially not quite a monopoly here, but it's real fucking close. So there's like lines drawn in the city, and sometimes even in neighborhoods, one half of the street can have other internet providers, and one half of the street is only run for Cox, right? So this Verizon internet, depending on what your address is, it might not work there, supposedly, okay? So first, I have to find out, will my Verizon internet work here? So if I can't do internet, I would do the internet at my dad's house, right? Mm-hmm. Second, that Verizon internet is in a box somewhere in my storage unit.
So you have to find it.
So I didn't break down the stuff I broke down every stitch of the stuff at my father's house, save for the 6 pieces of equipment that I need to do a podcast. And I purposely did not break those down until the end, until I had made sure I had the internet, made sure it was plugged in at the house, made sure that it worked. Once it was confirmed that it worked, then I broke down all the rest of that stuff and brought it over here. And then it just did not, like, I was tired from the holiday. I was sleepy, dude. I was worn out. When I say I was moving for a week, it was me moving. And sometimes a 12-year-old.
So you didn't get any of your friends to help you?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I had no help.
Did you ask for help?
I asked for no help.
Okay, so how can somebody help you if you didn't ask for any help?
I would never ask
That's not
someone for
making
help.
any sense right now.
I would never ask for that. I would never do that. Not in a
Why do you
1,000
call
million
somebody
years.
a friend and you wouldn't ask them to help you move?
Because I wouldn't want to be a bother to them.
Then they're not your friends. So
Yes,
I
they
don't want
are.
to hear you talk about your friends no more.
Yes, they are.
Your
Because,
friend and
listen,
your best
no,
friend and your
no,
best man's
stop.
friend, and you don't
No.
want to ask people to help you move?
Stop.
No. I helped
No.
you move.
No, hold on.
I helped you move.
And I felt bad even asking you for it.
But you did.
Because I had no other choice.
Right? And you've known these friends way longer than you knew me.
What I'm saying is, I wish I wouldn't have asked you for help.
Okay, that's not the point. The point is
That
you
is
did.
the point.
So you're
The point- no,
capable
no,
of asking for help.
No, but only if I'm backed into a corner and I have to ask.
Clearly you were.
No,
It
I
took
have my
you a whole
12-year-old.
week. You needed help.
I tell you what, that chick's strong. She's strong. She lifted a fucking
Phil
couch.
Nelson.
This chick she hefty. Like
So you
not
feel
heavy,
okay
but she lift hefty.
with your 12-year-old daughter lifting
Mm-hmm.
a couch instead of asking what the boy name is you talk about all the time?
Who, Dennis?
Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
So you felt better letting Penny lift a couch than asking grown man Dennis. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
I am saying that, yes.
Okay. Well, you should feel very ashamed of yourself.
Why?
You should
No,
feel
it's because
very
I don't.
ashamed of yourself.
Why should I feel ashamed of myself?
You should. To feel okay with your 12-year-old little girl lifting the couch, but you don't want to ask another grown man that you
know
call
what?
your best friend?
I don't see in gender, for one. Okay?
Oh, please.
And I know how strong she is. If I would have
That
thought,
matters none.
listen, if I would have thought that I needed to, there was one thing that I did get help with, which was my bed. And I called 2 young men that work for my father sometimes, and they came and moved my bed because the bed was, I wasn't doing that again. Not after you and I moved that fucking bed. Not after you and I. No. This will be the last time I move that bed, I think. This will be the last place that bed lives at, which is sad because it's a really great fucking bed, but it's just seen too much at this point.
So what you're saying is the next time you have to move, you're just going to sell it?
Or light it on fire? I don't know.
That many women's butts have been on that bed?
So many butts.
Dang.
There's been some butts in that bed.
Oh, I believe you.
Put some butts in that bed, baby. That bed has had a workout. That's what I wish I could go. Like, if anything, if I could go back in time, because he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen to a word I said. I could tell him to lose weight. I could tell him da. He wouldn't do anything. But I think the one thing that would motivate him to maybe not be so fucking weird is if I just told him, look, dude, it happens. Stop saying weird shit to women. Stop saying weird shit to women. It happens. In fact, someday it's going to happen so much and so often, you're going to have to pick and choose who you want to have it with. There will be moments of your life where you will have a smorgasbord of booty.
Well, at least you know. At least you got everything moved. Now everyone knows why we were not here. I would like to say, you got what?
I got some cats. I got 2 free cats from the internet.
Okay, so you instantly moved and got more cats. Okay. That's great.
I was lonely.
That's great. Okay. Well, how lonely can you be with all the butts in your bed? How lonely can you be? All right. That's fine. I would like to say that, we're going to be on a straight and narrow. We're not going to miss any more Mondays, but that would just be a lie because we're talking about
just not for a while.
About Nelson.
We won't for a while. I think we could go a month. I think we could get 4 in a row.
You think we could go a month?
I think we get 4 in a row. We'll start a streak.
Well, let's see.
Start a streak.
Back going,
Yeah.
Let's see
what about you? What kind of nonsense you been getting into?
I sold something and unsold it in 10 minutes.
How do you unsell something? I almost said something that I don't think you're allowed to say anymore. Like do you remember what they used to call that when you give something to somebody and then you take it back?
Being an Indian giver.
I don't think you can say it anymore, though.
I say it.
Well, that's all right. You're the racist one on the show anyway. So.
Cancel me. I still call people Indian givers, period. But that wasn't the case. I wasn't an Indian giver. It's just something happened, and I sold it, and the folks ain't want to know more, and I'm going to tell y'all what it was when we get back.
Okay, we'll find out about that. You can get this on Apple. You can get it on Spotify. You can get it on youtube.com/thatsjustnelson.
No Copay with Nicky D and Nelson.
Say hey, hey. No copay. Say it again. No copay. No.
I feel like that's what that's missing is like a no copay somewhere in there.
No.
It's No Copay Podcast. Nicky D and myself, Nelson. You can get it on Spotify. You can get it on Apple, youtube.com/thatsjustnelson. And now broadcasting from just outside the hood in Omaha.
Just outside the hood.
I'm on the outside edge of the hood. I'm on like there has to be an end, right? There has to be an end to all things. I'm at the line.
But are you seeing or hearing any hood activity?
I mean, as hood as Omaha gets. So it's not like gunshots ringing out, but there's a lot of crackheads, and they're just a street away. And I got in. I yelled at a guy at Little Caesars. It was. There's some
Why'd you yell at him?
Because they told me, listen, that's not where we're going with this, but I used my big voice inside the Little Caesars, and I made a fool of myself because I accidentally left my phone there after I stormed out.
Wow.
These motherfuckers took an hour. They told me it was going to be I waited. First off, Little Caesars take 20 minutes to get an order. I waited half an hour to go there. I get there. The kid tells me, oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be 5 to 10 more minutes. I don't say nothing. I'm cool. Then 3 or 4 more orders that came in after me go back out. And now I go, what the fuck is this 15 minutes up, dude? Oh, and then I started getting loud. And they weren't talking to me. And I was the hood rat. I was the hood.
Oh, you was
I was at the hood Little Caesars, and I was hood. I was hood. I was hood-tivity. I tell you what, I said to one person, I go, oh, look, don't worry, I'm not going to hit nobody, but I'm ready to go to jail tonight, okay? Because I'll kick over some registers.
I ain't never ready to go to jail for no pizza now. You doing too much.
I'm just ready to have a timeout. I think I need to be put on timeout. So what did you sell and unsell, or it was unsold to you?
All right, so I have a 2010 Nissan Altima, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was the car that I gave to my daughter. It was her first car. She's been driving it ever since she was 16. So 2 years she's been driving it around and she's been tearing it up. Okay. The car is towed up from the floor up. It's missing the driver's side mirror. It's scratched up, banged up, paint scraped. It's tore up from the floor up.
I love her so much.
So I was going to just like call a scrap yard and just like come get the car, give me $200, take it away. I'm over it.
Dang.
But I'm like, it still runs really good.
So you could get
Like,
$1,000 out of
if
that
I
off
found-
of Facebook.
Listen, if I found a mechanic and like, hey, do you want to buy this car? They need to fix something with the power steering fluid, and that's really the only like under the hood thing that's wrong with it. To be honest, it still drives like a champ. It has 264,000 miles on it. Right, my AC's never even gone out. I hate saying that out loud because I feel like I'm gonna get in there and it's gonna stop working. But like I've had very little mechanical issues with this car the entire time that I've had it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm talking to my mom about this one day, and she's like, "Well, wait, don't sell it yet because I have a friend and I think she might want to buy it." My mom's like, "How much are you selling it for?" I'm like, $1,500. It's yours.
And that's a good price based on what I'm looking at on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
So what does it say it's worth on the internet?
This guy wants $2,000 for 180,000, and that's a 2009. This guy says 156,000, wants $5,000 for it for a 2010 Nissan Altima.
Oh wow. Yeah. So I'm doing good. I only want
1,500, and you'll take 1,000 when they go, "Oh, would you take 1,000?" Yes, I would. Take this fucking car away from
You
you
know
right
what I'm
now.
saying? Look,
Right now.
take the car. Go on.
Because right now,
So-
depending on what the price of fucking steel is, you might only get $125 for it to fucking junk it, which is a fucking crime. Because then they will put it in the junkyard and they will sell it by pieces as you pull it or pass it around to other fucking junkyards, and that shit will make them thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah,
See,
that's
what
how I
I'm
do.
talking about. Everything's a scam. Everything is a scam.
Yes.
So the lady, I tell her everything with the car, what's wrong with it, the mirror's missing. My mom was gonna pay to fix the mirror before she got it. The lady's like, "Nope, I'm gonna take it as is. We'll fix it. We want the car."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go to the tag office. I suspend the tag. The insurance is canceled off of it. I go to the mechanic shop and I get an oil change, right? Because it needs an oil change because my child refused to do things like change the oil in the car. So when she parked it, one of the things she said to me was like, it was jumping, like it's jumping, like it's going to cut off. I automatically knew oil has to be put in it. That's the only time that car does that if oil is not in it. And the reason why I know that is because I had an oil leak one time because going to an oil change place, they left my pan top or whatever off when they did my oil change. So my oil was literally just leaking out of the car. And I kept having to pour oil in it because once the oil went
left the
out,
bolt
it would do
out?
that jerking. Yeah.
That fucking place should have bought you a new
oil
engine.
Pan or something. Oh no. They try to deny they even did it. Like it's a mess. Women and mechanics is a hot mess. This is one of those times where I know I'm an independent woman, but I be wanting a man, okay? Because I'm tired. I'm tired. Your girl
Listen,
is tired.
If I was living in Atlanta, I would change your oil for you. By the way, women, anyone who dates me, I can change your front disc brakes, your rear disc. I can change disc brakes, and I can do oil changes all day. Cabin air filter, your boy got it.
He got it, but he might have extra butts in the bed, so you got to.
There's butts in the but the butts have
gotta
been
deal
cleaned
with
from the
that,
bed. I have like mattress protectors and shit on there.
I'm just saying.
It's
I'm
not
just
butts
saying.
directly on the bed.
Nelson will change your oil, but he might have a few butts.
I'm gonna check your oil too. Hey,
So I get the oil changed. I clean the car out. Everything's good. She's gonna make 2 payments. So she sent me $750.
you taking payments?
I'm taking payments because I know her. She's my mom's really good friend. So I take the first $750 from her. I'm like, come get the car now. She's like, no, I don't want to come and get the car until I make my final payment. I'm like, no, come get the car now. Go do all the things. So she comes over here, her and her daughter and her granddaughter, to pick up the car. They get her and the baby in the car, boom, and they're off. Me and Madison are getting ready to go. We got something to do.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't gone 10 minutes before she calls my phone. And something in me said, oh no. I answer the phone. She goes, we got to bring the car back because it's jerking and it's acting like it's going to cut off. And I just can't have my daughter and my grandbaby stranded. I'm so sorry, Nikki, but I have to bring this car back. I can't get this car.
She said it was Destiny's Child. Jumping.
Instantly, I know. It's the oil. But how can that be? I just got it changed yesterday. She brings me the car. Sure enough, I pop the hood, do my little oil check. There's not a drop of oil in this car.
They didn't fill it?
They did not put any oil in there.
Nikki
They
D, you better go
charged me-
back to that. You better go back to that. Don't put no oil in that car now. Have you already put
I
oil
had
in?
to in order for me to get it back home off the side of the road.
Oh.
I had to.
How
I
much
couldn't
oil did you
get
put
it back
in?
home.
How much oil did you put in?
I had to pour 4 other little things in there to get the thing back
4
home.
quarts.
Yeah.
You had to fill it.
No.
Yeah, you
I
had
don't
to
think
fill it.
so.
The fuck you didn't. There's no way that
well.
fucking car takes much more than 4.5 quarts.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
tell you right now.
I had to pour 4 in there though to get it back home because initially I only poured 2, and I got down the street and it started jerking and it was about to cut back off. So I had to go buy 2 more and pour in there.
It
just
holds
to get it back
5.
home.
It holds
Yeah.
5 quarts of oil.
So I still went up there though, and I went off. And you
And?
know what the man said to me? He goes, "Well, I did the work under the bottom. I didn't do the work up top."
Okay.
I said, "Okay, well then who was supposed to do it? Because nobody did anything up top." He's like, "Yeah, Melvin was supposed to do it. You came to me and said my oil change was done. So
Which
you're
means someone
telling
has
me-
checked the dipstick.
Right. You came and told me that this oil change was done and you never checked." So then he says, "Well, technically, I shouldn't have accepted you anyway to do the oil change because when I was down on the bottom, there was a lot of oil down there."
Don't matter.
I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, then if there was oil down there, that would mean I have an oil leak, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Aren't you supposed to tell me that? Isn't that supposed to be on the little paperwork that says you have this, and this wrong with your car after you check it?" He
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, yeah. I told Melvin that." I said, but you didn't tell me anything. You took my money, you gave me a receipt, and you told me to have a nice day cafe. Okay? You
I
didn't tell me
assume-
anything was wrong with my car. You did not tell me that there was an oil leak or whatever you're saying right now you didn't do. So they're like, "Well, basically you have to, talk to the owner tomorrow. His name's Bob." So let me tell you something. I had to go out of town, so I couldn't go up there and talk to Bob. But I'm going to go talk to Bob. And
You better.
tomorrow morning, I'm going to cancel this transaction with my bank. Because if you think that you're going to get over on me and steal my money, you have lost your damn mind. So I'm going to talk to Bob, and I'm still going to cancel the transaction with my bank. Y'all will not be paid for that.
Dude, what did you go? It was a regular mechanic shop, though, right? It wasn't like a lube shop.
It was J&B Tires. That's
Okay,
where I
yeah.
went.
But that's what I mean. So, like, that's the only time. This is one of the only places I say that if you're going to get an oil change and that's all you want to get done, you're almost better off going to a Jiffy Lube. Because that's all they do. It's like Chick-fil-A. They only do chicken, right? So when all you do is fucking oil changes and air filters, you get real good at doing oil changes and air filters, right? It's going to be the same price no matter where you're going at. And if you go in there early in the morning, whatever, you get that sunrise special, right? Usually at 7 o'clock, if you go in, you get a $10, $15 discount or whatever. But the whole point of it is, like, the guy underneath has to do a check that the guy up top sees. And then the guy up top has to do a check with somebody in the car. So somebody in the car gets in. They call out everything that they're doing. They say, you got 5 quarts going in, bay 1. Look. They put the 5 quarts in. And then you go, all right, ready for bottom side inspection? Boom, show me that. Clear for, at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, they would say clear for zoom. They go, clear for zoom? Bay 1? You're like, clear for zoom? You fire it up, and then you wait to see the oil pressure go up. Because if the oil pressure light comes on, you ain't got enough oil in there. There's a problem. And so once that happens, then you shut the thing off, you wipe everything down, and then you still pull the dipstick and you check the dipstick. So there's a second check of the dipstick before you roll out that motherfucker. For that reason.
Well, here's
And
the
if-
thing. The only reason that I didn't go to my normal oil change place that I would go to, which is like Take 5, where you sit in the car, you watch them do all the things.
Right.
It was because I suspended the tag. And because I suspended the
You
tag,
didn't want to be driving
I
with it.
couldn't drive super far.
Yeah,
This
you don't want to get
place
pulled over
was
with that.
just literally the closest place to me. And I had been there before over the years. I don't go there now. Like, I would never take my car there. But for my 2010 Nissan, I figured,
How are they going to fuck up an oil change is what you're thinking.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, so unfortunately, she didn't want the car anymore, which I understand, totally understand. So I think now I'm just gonna put it online. And
I wouldn't put it on that. No. You wait. You wait till you talk to that motherfucking Bob, because Bob owes you an engine. That shit was knocking. That's what you're going to tell Bob. And you're going to have another mechanic independently verify that the engine is fucked. Okay? And you're going to go to Bob and you're going to say, your motherfuckers didn't put no goddamn oil in this motherfucker and let this bitch drive off, and then it drove down the road. I shouldn't have to check the oil after the fact, Bob. You didn't put no oil in this. And when Bob tells you he ain't buying you a fucking engine, you take Bob to small claims court and you sue him for $2,500 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I don't have time for all that, Nelson. I really
All I'm
don't. I
saying
don't have
is
time
he
for all
puts
that. I have a friend
if
right
he doesn't
now
fight you,
who's going
listen.
through small claims court. I don't have
If he
time for all
doesn't
that.
fight you, he puts a new engine in that car, and then you can sell that motherfucker for $5,000. 2010 Nissan Altima, brand new engine. That's $5,000 car.
It sounds good, and I love everything you're saying. I just don't have time for it.
You just pay
I
for
just
my
want-
flight. You book the flight. I'll come down. I'll come down. I'll pick the. You pick the one way. I'll figure out how to get home. I'll come down there. You can pay me. You can pay me out of what Bob pays you on the way home. That'll be my. That you have to. I'll do the one way, and then I'll earn my way back with all the money I get out of Bob. I swear, for God, I'm gonna get some money out of Bob. You can take that shit all the way to the goddamn bank, even if I have to just like really go off. Because I've been looking for somebody to yell at. I've been
Yeah,
looking for
it's
somebody to yell
crazy.
at.
It's crazy. Mechanics stay trying to get over on me.
Yeah.
I have so many stories. I could do a whole hour of my mechanic stories.
Well,
of
and I
them trying to
think
get over on me.
I think like all things, I think you're disproportionately affected by it because you're black.
Yeah, and I'm a woman.
Right. A woman first and foremost. Yes. I believe
Period.
already you're at a negative. You're at a negative going in their mind. They're going to try and hose you over or talk
Yeah.
down to you.
Yeah.
But like in all things, medicine, fucking insurance, banking, fucking automotive field, black women are disproportionately affected.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be, but it's
I
the
hate to
world we
see my
live
black
in.
queen suffer.
Welcome to America.
You see that comment that you left on Kim's thing about her dog, and then I commented back?
You said something like you could never be tired of her.
There's a friend of ours that was in California that I hit on relentlessly all the time. Well, we worked with her. I hit on her all the time. Kim, goddamn, she was just so fine. She still is. But she has this little dog, and she's messing with the dog. And Nicky D goes, that dog is tired of you. The dog is done with you. And I said, I could never be tired of you. I could
You
never
know, I
be
always wondered why she didn't give you a chance, because she
I have no
definitely
idea
dated
the
white
raggedy
men.
ass white boy she gave a fucking shot to. I would have loved that bitch. She would have known love. I promise you that's right.
She wasn't fooling with the kid.
I know. She would have had to buy me some J's probably. She goes, I don't know if I can buy them in 13. When we come back, we got the confession, baby.
No Copay with Nicky D and Nelson.
I'm about to confess something to you.
I have a confession.
There is something that I need you to know about.
I've got a confession in my...
What I have to tell you.
I have a confession.
Now I'm excited because usually the male confessions that we get on this are from me. So Nicky D has promised me here on the No Copay podcast that we have got a male submitted confession.
Yeah. We have a man this time who is writing in, and I love this. The only thing I hate is, unfortunately for this episode, we're not able to have our live TikTok audience. So we're not going to be able to get their feedback and their thoughts, but you listening, right, can still go on our Facebook page, No Copay Podcast. Ugh, No Copay
That's so hard for you to
Podcast.
say.
On Facebook. And let us know what you think our guy should do in this scenario. So this is the confession that I received. Dear Nicky D, I have a confession and I need you and Nelson's help. Help a brother out. I have a coworker that I forged a very good relationship and bond with. We've been friends now for a couple of years. I have always secretly had a crush on her, but she never seemed open to it. And to be honest, I think she probably still is not. As of recently, I've had a series of dreams, and they've all been about her. I feel like it's some kind of sign from the universe. Why don't y'all say God? I can't stand that universe lingo. He said the universe. I'm reading it as it states, but God. I just would like to insert that there, not the universe. God.
The God is in your whatever I'm trying to say here. God is the universe. So who cares what you call him?
Whatever. I feel like it's a sign from the universe that I may need to overcome my fears and shoot my shot.
It's
what
not.
do you think?
Do not listen to that fucking universe, dude. The universe is not The universe is not telling you. The universe won't tell you in a dream. I promise you that much. I promise you, he ain't coming to you in a dream.
I have got a lot of. That's what I am. I'm a dreamer. I dream every time my eyes close. God shows me a lot of things in dreams, and I've shared some of those things with you privately.
I'm telling you that God is not sending you a woman in your dreams.
Absolutely. God has shown me my husband in my dreams more than once, right?
Just out of random, the guy you work with, he becomes your husband.
So I'm going to talk about me, and then I'm giving him my advice right now based on my own
I want to hear this.
experiences, right? So there's a person in my past that I worked with. And when I met that person, I didn't recall knowing him or dreaming of him or none of that, right? Mm-hmm. And then randomly, he had already been prophesied to me. This person had been prophesied to me. Mm-hmm. But when I met him, I didn't even correlate the two things. So one night I go to sleep and I have a dream. And in my dream, this person's father, who is deceased, came to me and said, I give you my blessing to marry my son. And I was like, what? Marry your son? Me and your son don't date that like that. What you talking about? And this man walked and talked with me on a golf course. Okay, I don't golf. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he golfed.
This isn't a dream or in this real world?
No, this is in my dream. This is happening. Right. He's walking and talking to me on a golf course, and he's giving me this whole rundown, right? And the things that he's saying to me are things that I know are true based on conversations that I had with my friend in real time. So somebody would say, well, maybe self-consciously you were just thinking about that in your dream.
Hold on there. Pump the brakes.
That's why, he's accurate about the things he's saying to you in the dream. But then I'm going to go a step further. So that's the first dream that I had that first made me look like.
Can I put a pause for just half a second?
Okay.
Just half a second.
Go ahead.
Subconsciously?
Nelson, stop trying to be the English police.
It's not English police, dude. I love you, and so I want you to know the right words. I don't want you to go out in public.
What did I say?
You said self-consciously.
You knew what I meant.
I know what you meant, but I'm not always around to explain for other people for you. And I love you, and I just can't let that happen.
Subconsciously, okay?
Subconsciously, yes.
So then I brushed that dream off. I woke up like, oh, okay. That was a little different, right? I went on with life. Mm-hmm. Well, then I have another dream. This is way later. And in this second dream, I'm standing up at a podium and I'm accepting this award. And the room is filled with thousands of people. And I'm standing there and I'm like, I want to thank this person and that person. And, I want to thank God and I want to thank my parents. Blah, blah. And at the end of me doing this acceptance speech, I turn around. And I say, and I want to thank my husband because he's my biggest supporter. He's always had my back. He believes in my vision, even though he's successful in his own right and, has paved his own way. He still supports me like no other. And I turn around and my husband is my friend.
Okay. So
now I've had two dreams where this man is my husband. Now, did I tell him, I dreamed that you're supposed to be my husband? No. Did I tell him, I think God's telling me that you're supposed to be my husband? No. Have I ever told him?
That would sound crazy if you said it to someone.
You know what? He is such a different type of individual. I can't even ever describe him with real words because
I'm guessing the chick that this guy works with would think it was crazy.
I'm thinking that she might think that, but I'm gonna tell him because I myself have been through this. Go with your gut. My gut didn't tell me to do it.
I was gonna say, let me see that. Let me see that wedding ring. I would love to see that wedding ring.
Yeah, I don't have a wedding ring. My gut didn't tell me to do it, but I'm gonna tell him if you and her are still friends and you guys are still close and you really, really think deep down in your shanana that God is telling you this. I mean, I know you call it the universe, but whatever.
Okay.
I think you should try it. And then let us know what happens and hopefully it goes well.
Okay, well but here's the deal. He's not just looking for should I or shouldn't I? How does he approach this woman now? What's the next move? He's never had a romantic conversation with her. Have they gone to lunches together? You know what I mean? Does he invite her out? I tell you what he doesn't do. He doesn't take her out and nervously like beat around the bush and say, I just have some feelings for somebody and you might really know them. And you know what I mean? You got to be direct. We got to be adults and intentional.
You gotta be direct in this case. Now that's the part that I don't know because in my case, because I can only talk about my case because I've been through this. I never said anything because, to be honest, the person was very confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute I would think, I think they might like you, girl, a little bit. Then the next minute I'd be like, no, I don't think so. So I think you have to, because you're a man, it's different with men. Men can.
So let's say I come to
shot.
let's say I come to you. You're the coworker, and I just say, hey, this is something that's been on my mind for a while. I just want to know, would you ever consider me someone that would be like a romantic partner to you, or do you only ever see us as friends?
Nelson? Okay, so I know you're listening to our podcast clearly because you wrote in.
Mm-hmm.
Say exactly what Nelson just said.
Yeah, you just make it nonchalant. You know, you don't want to make a big deal out of it, but it's something that's been I've been thinking about it. And then that way, if she's of the positive, then that's already a ball in your court anyway. You've been thinking about it. But if she's not into it, then it's like, all right, hey, well, I had to know. I would rather know than not know.
Know than not know. And knowing is what?
Half the battle, baby.
The battle.
But you got to be ready for you got to be ready for her to act weird after it, though. Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
You think she's gonna act weird after?
She could. She could, because now that she knows that he likes her like that, which I think a lot of women just assume men in close contact with them wouldn't be surprised that a guy would like them sexually. You know what I mean? That's not like, but the knowing is different than the assuming. So
knowing is different than assuming. And then, you know what I'm saying? It could be total opposite. She could be into him, but she could be like some women are, where she doesn't want to make the first move. But if he made it, she'll be down for the cause. Cause like I have a friend now who her and this guy have been friends for a long time. And she literally just told me last week, like, yeah, I just finally told him, like, I want to hunch on him. And like, I think that we should be hunching. And I'm like, girl, what? You just told him that like that? She was like, yeah, I just realized that I like him. So I just told him.
That would 100% work on any man that was into you.
Well, he said that he wished she would have told him months earlier because now he has a girlfriend. So now he can't do it.
He'll hit it.
He want to do it.
He will.
I think he is too.
He will.
He gonna cheat on a girl. He gonna do. He gonna do something.
He will. He hunching. I got a hunch. He hunching.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this, Nicky D. You, whether you realize it or not, you don't generate new faces in a dream. You don't generate new faces in a dream. So all the faces you've ever seen are the faces that populate a dream, okay? So all I'm saying is that you had him on the mind anyway, okay? And then all of a sudden, magically, he just is showing up in the dream. I just can't believe he just showing up. That's because you don't generate new fucking faces, dude. There ain't going to be no fantasy mystery, man.
No, I can debunk that, too. That's totally not true. When I was 15,
can't. You don't even realize where you see these faces at.
No, when I was 15, I dreamed about this boy in a casket that I did not know. And I ended up meeting him 6 months later.
There's
and when
no
I met
chance you
him
saw him.
6 months later, let me tell you something. I did not realize that it was the same boy until he died. And I saw a picture of him laying in his casket. And that's when I realized that that is the same boy who I saw 6 months prior in the casket. I never saw this boy before in my life. Lived in a whole nother state. That's not true. Some things you can't explain, Nelson. Sorry, your
I don't know.
science won't work.
You saw this guy somewhere and you don't even realize you saw
No,
him.
I
Have
didn't
you ever
see
heard
him.
about
I live in Georgia. He lived in Virginia. Never seen this boy in my life.
that? Does not mean that he wasn't in Georgia at one point.
He
That's all
wasn't
I'm
in
saying.
Georgia.
Like, haven't
He's
you ever
never-
heard of the thin red line, the red line theory or whatever it's called?
I don't want to hear about it now either.
Okay, then you won't.
I don't want to.
Then you're not going to. I wouldn't tell you even if you wanted to know.
Oh, thank you.
I wouldn't
We
even
got a
tell you
scandal to
that
talk
if you
about.
trace back into your most meaningful relationships that somewhere that you conducted some kind of business with them earlier in your life. I would never tell you that. Ever.
You just had to get it out. You
Scandal
had
of the
to
week
get it
coming
out.
up. Nope, I would never say that. That you can find a time where you and the most cherished loved ones that you have are together in a fucking moment in some random Polaroid you didn't even realize existed.
No Copay
No.
with Nicky D and Nelson.
Say hey. Hey. No copay. No copay. No copay.
You just make me want to dance. I be
I
feeling
love
like
this
getting
one.
up and juking.
This is my
Hey,
favorite
hey,
No
hey,
Copay
hey,
podcast
hey.
intro piece there. No Copay podcast with Nicky D and Nelson. It's time for the scandal of the week. Nicky D, lay it on us.
This is coming straight out of TMZ. Y'all know it's one of my favorite places. I've seen it all over the place, but I always pull TMZ. It's easier. Yellowstone National Park had an animal attack. What type of animal you think?
It's got to be a bear or an elk, maybe.
How about a bison? Bison.
Jeez, do they attack?
This one did, and the video is crazy. I promise y'all that I am going to put the video up on our Facebook page because this video needs to be seen.
Facebook.com/no copay.
Absolutely. So in the video, you see these two people walk by. I couldn't make out who they were. I could see that it was an older man, but I thought it was a woman with him. The story reports that it was his grandson. So you see this man and his grandson. They're walking on this path in Yellowstone, and they're taking pictures. The bison's laying down in the grass. Now, they're not really close to it, but it says they're like 100 yards away from this bison. Well, a white pickup truck rides by, and I feel like that bison got agitated by that truck. That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it
the
sees it
truck
maybe as
rides
another
by,
animal.
Right? And so when the truck ride by, the bison get up. So the man and his grandson, they're still walking. They're not approaching the thing. They're not making any noises. All of a sudden, this bison starts charging. I mean, he running. Boom, 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 boom. So the granddaddy starts running around the tree in a circle.
Oh, no.
And it's not funny, and I'm so sorry. I don't
my
want to laugh. I do not want to laugh because I would have been terrified if that happened to me. So he's running around the tree, and the first, two little takes around, he juking. The bison ain't catching him. But by that third, when you slide on to the next video, baby, that bison flipped him 8 feet in the air.
Oh, my
He
God.
comes crashing back down. And by now, like this SUV or something pulls up, and they're like yelling, like to scare the animal off, so they, can help the man.
Does
and
that
it
work?
worked.
Like with
It
a
worked.
bear?
It's like with a bear, yeah. It worked with the bison too. And he, retreated, and they were able to get the man to the hospital. They're reporting that he does have some pretty serious injuries, and they're not sure what agitated this bison. They said
He
that he
got
had been a
serious
little
injuries about 8
aggressive.
feet in the air. That's almost a whole
8 feet.
story.
It's-
A story of the building is 10 feet. So that's one floor of a building he fell from, basically.
Well, in the video, it didn't look that high. He flipped them up now, like whoop, and he
Yeah.
flipped all the way around and came back down. But, it
Well,
didn't
but when you
seem
think
like
about
8
it,
feet.
okay, but let me put this in perspective for you. When you think something doesn't look very long, okay? Drive down the highway, right? You're on the interstate, okay? You know the lines that are on the interstate? Mm-hmm. Those are 10 feet long.
The lines on the interstate are 10 feet long.
10
You
feet
mean the
long.
little dashes?
Mm-hmm. Those are 10 feet long. Get out next to your car and look at it. It's as long as your car is.
The little tick dashes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They're 10 feet long.
See, you have
So
so
it's
much
hard for
music
you to spatially regulate like what looks like a lot of height, because 8 feet. I mean, 8 feet is me standing up and I put my arm in the air. That's 8 feet. But now imagine you've done that from the ground and now your ass is at 8 feet. You know what I mean? Like my hand could be at 8 feet when I stand. My ass isn't up there.
Dang, that's sad. So hopefully he recovers fully and it's not too bad. I haven't seen any updates on his progress, but apparently when you go to Yellowstone, you just got to be careful out there. And they have a TikTok page. If anybody has TikTok, go to their TikTok page. It's hilarious. Whoever runs their social media, they're a genius. I meant to go look on there to see what they put up to maybe try to save a little face with this incident, since, of course, it's everywhere now and the video is going viral. But whoever runs their TikTok page is like a social media genius. It's so funny.
Have you seen that? Neil the seal out of Australia?
No.
He's like he got separated from his family or whatever, so he's kind of grown up on his own, and he just like shows up in places in Australia, but he's like a bull seal or a lion seal or something, right? So he's gigantic. I mean, he's the size of a Harley Davidson motorcycle, and because he doesn't have a family, he goes on land and he like gets in arguments with cars and shit. So, like, you'll see videos of him and he'll block roadways, or he'll get on the hood of a car and he's, like, wrestling with the car because he doesn't have seals of his same size to do that with.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really, like, Neil the Seal is a guy you want to go and check out. But,
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, I wanted to get the exact, because I thought this was true. From the tip of one line, right, from the tip of one line in the road, go all the way through the line, go through the gap, go through the next line. As you get to the other side, from tip to tip, that's 50 feet.
Wow, that's I didn't know that.
And that's federally mandated. Federal guidelines dictate that the dashed white and yellow highway stripes are painted 10 feet long, but based on how fast you're driving, they appear to be between 2 and 4 feet long.
That's accurate.
And that's how they can get your speed without radar from a distance, because they can do the math fast, because they know that an object that gets through 4 white lines in X amount of time is going this fast, because 2 white lines is 50 feet, 2 more white lines is 100 feet.
Okay, we got it, Nelson. Thank you so much for that. Thank
You know
so
what?
much.
You didn't have to do it like that. I was done.
No, I just want to let you know.
I was putting a period on the fucking sentence. I snapped once, I snapped again, the period was out.
When you start snapping and you do the breath thing and because
Don't worry about my mannerisms.
Longer. Before we get out of here, I want to firstly say happy birthday to our good friend Nate.
Oh yeah,
his birthday is going to be Wednesday. We're not going to have a podcast out on Wednesday, so we want to tell Nate happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nate.
Happy birthday, Nate.
We love you.
And Nelson made a comment when we're on break that we have the funniest podcast that no one listens to.
That's absolutely right.
And I would like to say that people listen, okay? And Nate gave us one of the biggest compliments ever over the weekend when we were at his birthday celebration. And he said, you know, it really affects me when you guys' podcast is not out, because yours is one of my absolute favorites to listen to, because so many of these other ones have gotten so political and they talk politics and they talk crazy mess that I don't want to hear. And you and Nelson do not do that. Y'all just talk about some stuff that's funny and we can laugh, and it's not stupid racist stuff. It's not political stuff. We talk black, white, but we make it funny. We're not offensive, except to the white girls with white toenail polish. Other than that, we're good.
Oh, you know what? Kat, a big listener of the show, Kat, she wrote into me. She went out to a pool this last weekend, and she peeped the 3 white girls that were lifeguards, all white toes. He said all white toes. So she's out there doing some reporting for me. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What do you got for a quote of hope, Nikki D?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Okay.
Now don't try to rush me, because you done talked about the lines for
I'm
500
not rushing
minutes.
you. I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting any credit for when you said that we aren't political. I didn't even bring up the fact that both Lindsey Graham and maybe Mitch McConnell are dead.
Who is that?
Lindsey Graham is well, there's just a couple of racist senators. Lindsey Graham is dead, and Mitch McConnell they say is dead, but nobody can prove it.
Oh, really? Oh, R.I.P.
But we're not political, so.
R.I.P. to them. All right, so my quote of hope to you.
No.
I don't even know.
Rest in pain.
My quote of hope for you this week it's along the lines of a theme of I went to a lot of birthday things this weekend, and another birthday brunch that I attended on Saturday. The theme was blooming, and it was about flowers. And a lot of people got up and they spoke to the woman of God whose birthday it was, and they spoke about blooming and flowers. And I just got a lot of revelation and downloads from that. So my quote of hope was, what God has planted in your spirit, it cannot be uprooted by temporary storms. So when we're talking about plants and seeds and things of that nature, I just felt like this was befitting to know that regardless, again, of what's going on the outside, think of your roots being deep in the ground and the wind is swaying and it's blowing. Some leaves might fall off, right? But them roots are still attached, right? What's inside of you, what's your core, what's grounded in you is going to remain. So regardless of when things is going on, you may lose some stuff. Some stuff might fall off. You might have to restart over again. But long as them roots stay deeply embedded into that ground, you're going to be A-OK.
No, don't worry about it. Them roots are in deep. These fan blades aren't going to do anything. We'll be fine. NickyD says we're fine.
You are fine.
Spotify, Apple, that's where you can download the podcast at. Otherwise, you can see all of what's happened here. YouTube.com/That's Just Nelson. It's the No Copay podcast with NickyD and myself, Nelson.
This has been No Copay with NickyD and Nelson.